What? Oh, we ran out of time.
Oh no.
Now the bad guys are gonna win.
Everyone is
It's
good guys.
no use.
Yeah, so do want to point out, Al never considered she was actually in the military. He thinks,
I know. Is she a prisoner? No, but she's a fucking soldier, you twat.
and like when she said that, Al's like, oh, hadn't considered that.
I do like that. Have you been in the military? No. Tom Snickers.
Yeah, he just never, because, I mean, when you think people that are normally in the military, you don't think, wandering librarians.
My smartass response to that was, my character is not even in this, but the most logical thing for him to be in the military would be like, I want the Boy Scouts. Does that count?
Oh, you smart ass. You.
He was kind of sheepish, so he's like, oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. He was getting all righteous anger and everything. Like, who are you to keep her? Oh, right, well, okay then.
Oh, you're her CO. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, ice cream headache. Oh.
Yeah, what the heck? Those things are like traps. Delicious traps.
Fun fact, I cannot get brain freeze.
Like
That's true.
For really reals?
Yeah.
I don't get it at all. I can eat a freezy in like 2 minutes.
Wow. Yeah,
What?
me too in real life.
Yeah, in real life.
You're
real
like,
life,
that's
I
like
can
your
do that too.
superpower.
I have genetic superiority
You're a
when it comes to
mutant.
frozen freeze. It's pretty sweet.
My
I'm
God.
sad about
Homo sapien
your
superior.
sneezing, itching back thing, Rachel.
Yeah, it's
That
not.
Homo
Not
sapien
under-
superior has arrived.
All
All right, we're recording again.
Okay. So after a little pee break, so the actual name of this individual that you're looking for, this interdimensional traveler, so to speak, we'll just call him. His name is Lee Stooks. Stukes, which I will put in the chat for your reference. His name is Lee Stooks, and he's staying over at the the dishonest priest. So there you go. So as you could probably tell by the description of said establishment, it's shady, to say the least. It's known for being very rowdy and rough. But right now, luckily, it's late morning, so it shouldn't be too bad. Do you plan on going straight there? Or do you want to make a pit stop or anything like that? Or are we good?
Actually, I would like to make a quick pit stop
Mm-hmm.
to, hang on. I think it's Northern Gun.
Mm-hmm.
Considering we're going into this type of area. I would like to, oh gosh, actually, I'm not sure. Never mind. I'm
Yeah,
not
you
sure if I
can't
can-
bring. You're going through a military check. You're going through a police checkpoint. All your weapons will
So no
be
gas
removed.
canisters or anything?
No, that's maybe before the explosion. That might have
Right.
been okay. Even before, might be able to take like a knife or even a small gun for personal protection. But since that, things have really clamped down, and nothing that could be ever construed as a weapon can be brought.
No, then no, I don't need a pit stop.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Is it okay if I send the next scene over at the dishonest priest?
I am going
oh,
to
by all
make
means.
sure that I bring my rope.
What?
You never know when you need a rope, don't you know?
I
Some
must
fucking
note
rope.
this because it might come up.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Maybe we should bring a carpet?
okay. So the dishonest priest is a darkly painted tavern that it has kind of some rooms to rent as well, but the rooms are like a really skeezy motel type of thing, not really taken care of. When you get there, there are a few drunks passed out on the outside, like in the bushes One's like off the stairs that's leading off to the motel section. Completely passed the hell out. The establishment is open, and inside it is very smoky. It has this horrible kind of grimy smell, like that kind of a oily, like something thick and like wretched has like burned for a long time. It's kind of permeated everything. And there are a few individuals who are in there. A couple are eating what looks to be like a porridge or some sort of gruel as a breakfast. There's always 3 bouncers at the front at all times, even at this low lull period. But it doesn't take very long for you to ask the bouncers as to the whereabouts of this Lee Stooks character. And one of them rolls his eyes and points a fat, gnarled finger over to the bar, in which you see a tattered man. Well, not quite tattered, although his clothing does look like it hasn't been changed in probably 2.5 weeks. Grimy, there are spills all over it. He's a middle-aged man with salt and pepper hair. His beard is quite unshaven. It's that horrible period between like a smooth shave and an actual beard where the hairs are long enough where, it's sizable, but it's not actually full on the face yet. Like the stereotypical like white guy beard that's all like patchy and gross. That's kind of like what he's donning right now. He has his head upon the wooden bar top, and he's trying to drink a shot glass filled with a clear liquor into his mouth sideways as you approach.
Patrick will be in the back of whatever sort of marching line is going on.
Mila kind of sniffs, and that's about it.
Fair enough. Actually, Mila, since you have really, really good sense of smell, like normally I like to urge you along, but at this point, you guys will have to make the first move here.
Yeah.
Fair. I hope that's fair enough.
Yeah.
But Mila, just because you mentioned that you sniffed around, you do have a heightened sense of smell, and you definitely do smell an underlying smell of blood underneath that grimy, smoky smell. Like stale, like dried.
She covers her nose and starts pinching it.
Okay.
Al will put an arm around Tom's shoulders and say, Tom, my friend, I think the best course of action would be for you to go convince our friend over there to help us.
What? Me?
Yes.
Why?
Because we happen, and he's going to lower his voice, to be in a very unsavory place, and I feel that my eyes and ears should be kept around us just in case something were to happen, and I can't do that if I'm trying to convince our friend over there.
But, what am I supposed to say?
I don't know. Wing it.
And
And he'll kind of slightly punch Tom in the shoulder. You got this.
Tom's gonna look very worried, and I guess slowly make his way over, unless anybody wants to say anything else.
Nope.
Mila will look over at Pamel and be like, "Does this place smell to you too?"
So bad.
And Al will actually, like he said, excuse me, keep his ears and eyes all around, trying to...
Sure.
Yeah.
Patrick is going to wave to Tom like it is the last time he's going to see him.
Just because I would like to emulate you looking around, your detect ambush isn't just handy against when it's like you, but like able to also survey your surroundings to kind of make a tactical assessment of it.
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense.
Yes.
So give me a detect ambush check.
I was
to
also
see
going to
how
ask.
effective you are.
Yeah, I was also going to ask if it would be worth using my enhanced hearing to just kind of pick up on conversations around that kind of thing.
Sure.
Right.
Although, okay, sure. Well, first we'll do the detect ambush, and then I'll tell you what you hear with your
Detect
ulcer.
ambush is I got a 23 and it's a 55. So yeah.
Okay, so you're able to make a good tactical assessment, and you are able to detect that there's no one who is looking out of place, nor really paying much attention to you. Your super hearing picks up the bouncers muttering. They are putting bets to see how long it's going to take for Lee to puke on these guys and how long they're going to stay inside the bar. Right now, the going is 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and the other guy just says the second the kid gets over to the bar, they're going to be out within a minute. And they're wagering like 100 credits on this, by the way.
Al wisely keeps this information to himself.
Yeah, good call. And then the other conversation is probably those two individuals on the far side of this seedy tavern eating that kind of breakfast porridgey thing. And one is just bitching about this woman who wouldn't give him the time of day last night and how much of a tease she was and blah, 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 all that bullshit. So, okay. So, Tom.
Yes.
What you doing?
I'm heading over.
Okay. Right now, Lee looks like he's more interested in still trying to get that glass into his mouth without spilling a drop. And as you approach the actual bar itself, it seems he has had limited success. About 3/4 of the brew managed to hit his mouth, while the rest of it has spilt down on the bar. He has not noticed your presence.
So, hi. How's it going? Are you Lee?
He pauses for a moment to try to sip up the liquor that's spilled onto the bar, and he looks up at you, and with kind of that hazy drunk look, goes, "Yeah, who's asking?"
Hi, I'm Tom.
Not interested, kid. Don't swing that way.
Not what I was asking for. I need your help. Actually, in fact, I need the help of somebody help me with her name. Morgan?
Morris.
Morris. I need Morris's help, and the only way that we will be able to get her help is if you come with us.
Well, and he kind of starts to get up onto the sit up finally on the bar, and you can see half of his hair is smushed against his head as he says, "Wait, did you say, Morris?"
I'm gonna try and back up a little bit and then say yes. Yes, that's what I said.
What does that space cadet need?
The I can't remember the Filipino lady's name. What's her name?
Shauna. Shauna.
Yes. Sean, my group needs her help in order to help a friend of ours go back to the place where they came from, to another plane. And Shauna will not let her leave unless you come with us. And all you would do is be supervising, making sure that Morris comes back. You would be compensated for your time.
Well, how about we start the compensation right now, huh? Let's buy me a drink.
Okay.
Okay. Lee gestures the bartender over. And bartender kind of looks skeptically at you, Tom, as you order what this fellow wants, which is a whiskey sour.
Yeah.
And he kind of looks around. The bartender, by the way, looks around, shrugs, and gives it to him anyway and accepts your payment for it.
How
It
much will
costs-
that be, by the way?
It's 7 credits.
All right. Yeah.
So, at the drink itself, Lee kind of gets a little bit more animated and flourishingly wraps his both hands around it and takes a sip. And he goes, nothing like the hair of the dog, huh? And he kind of turns around in the stool. He has definitely seen better days as his gut is kind of poking past the tattered clothes that he's wearing.
Mhm.
And he looks over to your friends that you mentioned, and he has his eyes on Pamel, and he goes, so you have to go home, huh, honey pie? Where you gotta go?
Nowhere.
No. It's another friend of ours.
So you got a lot of friends, huh?
Mhm.
That must be nice.
She
So,
looked upset for a second, by the way, when they said Pamel was leaving, going home. just a note.
fair enough. All right. Wow. What are you guys, like some sort of crew or something?
I'm just gonna take actually like a questioning look at the group, going like not like to have them have a question, but like actually just viewing the group, and he's going to like kind of reflect on the growing amount of people that is along with the journey. He's going to actually just sit there.
My
and
God,
think
there's a
about it.
mermaid here.
God, we are growing. Anyways,
Yes.
all right. So no reply. Goes, oh yeah, okay, fine. All right. So let's talk about this compensation, shall we? What are we talking about here, huh?
Well,
Oh, don't you all speak up at once? I'm on the edge of my. And he pauses for a moment, and you're quite certain he threw up a little bit in his mouth, and then just swallowed it back.
Mhm.
And he teeters on his seat, and then he finally leans back against the bar.
Patrick's gonna tug on Al's sleeve, and he's gonna be like, "Are we not supposed to be here anymore?"
I don't want to talk to him.
Al will very quietly tell them, no, it's fine. Let Tom handle it. He can do this.
Okay.
I'm going to just stare pointedly at Al.
You weren't supposed to hear me saying that, so...
No. He asked how much he's going to get compensation, and I'm going to try and motion you to come over
Al's
here.
going to shrug his shoulders and say, negotiate. Mouth the words negotiate.
God damn it, Squeak. Right, so we're going to need your help for all of 2, maybe 3 days. Hopefully.
Okay. All right. Okay.
How does 1,000 credits a day sound?
1,000 credits. Babysit the space cadet.
Mhm.
A day, huh?
Yeah.
He looks at you carefully. His eyes look a little bit sharper and goes, well, 1,000 credits a day is pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
But being to places where I've been, you learn that, well, some places are more dangerous than others. So where exactly is the lovely Miss Morris taking you?
She is taking me to a location to the north, if I recall correctly.
So we're staying within Earth then, huh?
Yeah, of course. We are going to... Hey. We are going to use a portal to go along the ley line, and we will pop out somewhere to the north, where my friend and his family are. And all we will do is Morris will create another portal for them to go back home, and then she will transport us back here.
Oh, you make it sound so easy, Sonny. You see, though, Morris has a tendency to drift away. So tell you what, you make it 2,500 a day, and if this sounds like a day's worth of work, all right? So that's 2,500 for pretty much the babysitting job. However, you have to agree to give me some sort of security pay. That is, if we have to end up going someplace else or come back from someplace else because the little airhead has decided that, oh, I want to go visit, a place that's entirely made of fucking worms. Let's do that. That I get compensated for that inconvenience. Hmm?
Perhaps. How much would the compensation be?
Well, let's say you pay me 2,500 for the day. If we whisk off someplace else, then it makes it 5,000 a day until we get back.
Make it 4,000 a day and we got a deal.
Okay. I like to cut your jib. I'll accept the 4,000 if you pay me a deposit of 1,000 credits today or now. Just to know that I know you guys are good to pay this amount of money. I don't know you guys from anybody off the street.
I'll give it to him on a cred stick.
Ah. Well, you don't mess around. I have to admit, I like that. All right, well, why don't I have one last favor to ask of you, son?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You look pretty sturdy, right?
Yeah.
You got a good set of bones on you. Okay, so you're going to help me up to my room so I can get cleaned up. Do you know how to make coffee?
Maybe. I think so. Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see. I guess. All right. Why don't you help me?
All right. I'll help him up.
Okay. And he leans an arm over to you, and you're gonna have to roll me. What's your physical strength, Tom?
My physical strength is 13.
Okay. So that you are a sturdy lad here. All right. So give me a D20 roll because he's putting a lot of his weight on you.
Mm-hmm.
If you get 6 or higher, you're able to sturdy him. But if you roll 1 to 5, it's enough to cause you to stumble onto the ground. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no! So he puts his weight on you.
Can I try to help them before they fall?
Oh, now you want to help?
Yeah.
Now, hold up a second. Unfortunately, you're too busy doing your tactical assessment, and you're too far away in order to get there in time.
Okay.
Now, just a second. So you tumble onto the ground. Unfortunately, he doesn't fall completely atop you. He does follow beside you, but he vomits on you.
Mila's gonna run over after all this happens, screaming, "You're gonna kill Tom!"
Unfortunately, it's a spew of mostly liquid of what he just drank, but there's definitely some green bile in it. It does coat your back. Luckily, it doesn't get on your neck or your face or anything like that. But since he kind of falls behind you, he kind of pukes on your clothes, like from the back down. And he goes, oh. Anyway, sorry, Mila, you've gone to rescue Tom.
Yeah. She's gonna grab the guy by his shirt or whatever he's wearing.
Oh,
the
yeah,
coat.
the scruff of his coat, yeah.
Yeah, and she's gonna hoist him up and be like, "You almost killed him!
I'm fine, Mila.
You're delicate, Tom!" Mila's just staring at him. "You're precious to me!"
Like a flower.
At this point, Tom is just glaring at Al. for putting him in this situation.
You should have puke on you, Al. You should have puke on you.
And I'm going to try and help Mila to get him up the stairs and everything.
All right. Well, with Mila's assistant, who still has him by the scruff, by the way, he's able to easily get outside to where he needs to be. And, by the way, Al, as you guys, I'm assuming everyone's helping or everyone's around the same area of this drunken escort, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you spill out onto the street, and Al, you're able to hear the bodyguard who wagered 10 minutes, earned 300 credits from his buddies. So,
Tom is going to stare at the bodyguard.
You can't hear that.
I don't care. Fine. Go on.
So you spill out onto the street, and you start to round the corner where the motel part is to the drunken. Sorry, not the drunken priest, the dishonest priest motel. And you take a few steps forwards until Al, give me another detect ambush check.
All right. Ooh, not that time.
Okay. All right. So you find folks, get yourselves kind of around the corner, hitting the streets, ready to head towards the motel section, when you hear several footsteps coming around the corner. And a startled surprise sound emits from a gruff male voice as you turn around and you see a gentleman, actually several gentlemen, looking around. And they are all wearing either black or dark blue shirts with gray and black camo pants. It looks like it's some sort of uniform for some sort of outfit. You don't have a chance to identify it just yet because the leader, which is a blonde man in his late 30s with a kind of a crew cut look to him, says, "Hey, Lee, where do you think you're going?" To which
Tom is going to audibly just mutter, "Oh, great. What now?"
So now this doesn't necessarily have to break out into anything, but I'm putting in the map. Anyway, I'm putting you over so you guys have an idea of where you are, okay? So Alicia's not there. Feel free to resize yourselves to a more appropriate, because Mila is not that giant.
How do I
Although that,
do
I think you just click. Oh, I guess maybe you can't do. You can move your own tokens, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can move it.
Yeah. So if you click on it, I think there's little arrows on the side, but you might not have that.
No,
option.
we don't have
So
it. No.
Yeah.
Okay,
Which is
then I'll
probably
just do it for
appropriate
you.
because I think an appropriate size for Al would be about 3 times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
3 times the size of the screen, which is roughly a quarter of his
He's
ego.
got to. I was gonna say he's got to match his ego. It's which has
Well,
been
the
shrinking a
screen-
lot of late.
The screen's not big enough, is what I'm trying to say.
And now I need a quick token for. Actually, this would have been a better token for
Next to Tom.
the drunk. We're going to just pretend Lee has a token and he's by where Tom and Mila are right now, like in that location, because that doesn't really matter right now. Actually, no, it probably does matter. Let's not half-ass it. Give me 2 seconds, and I'm going to just search tokens for the word drunk and see if Roll20.
I hope you just
Buy on
feel like a
Marketplace. Why are there just soldiers here? That's weird.
It's a political statement by Roll20.
I suppose so.